Have you ever looked closely at an airplane window and noticed this tiny little hole? Most people never even see it. But once you notice it, you can't stop wondering. Why is there a hole in an airplane window? Is it for air, pressure, a manufacturing mistake? And here's the crazy part. That tiny hole is actually one of the most important safety features on the entire airplane. Without it, flying at 35,000 feet would become much more dangerous. Today, we're going to see what this tiny hole really does and why airplane windows are secretly much smarter than they look. Every commercial airplane window has a tiny hole near the bottom. It's usually very small, so small that many passengers never notice it during their entire lives. But if you fly often, you've probably seen it before. And naturally, people online started creating theories. Some think the hole lets oxygen inside. Others think it prevents the window from fogging up. Some people even thought it was for emergency pressure release. But the truth is actually more interesting, because airplane windows are not just one piece of glass. They are made from multiple layers, and each layer has a very specific job. To understand the hole, we first need to understand something terrifying about flying. At cruising altitude, the air outside the airplane is extremely thin, and the temperature can reach around -50 degrees Celsius. Humans cannot survive there without protection. That's why airplane cabins are pressurized. Inside the plane, the air pressure feels much closer to normal Earth conditions. But outside, the pressure is much lower, and that creates a huge difference between inside and outside pressure. In fact, the cabin is constantly pushing outward against the airplane walls, including the windows. And airplane windows experience enormous stress during every flight, every takeoff, every landing, every hour in the sky. The window is constantly fighting against pressure, trying to push it outward. So how do engineers stop the windows from breaking? By making them incredibly smart. Most airplane windows actually have 3 layers, not one: the outer layer, the middle layer, and the inner layer. The outer layer is the strongest one. It handles most of the pressure difference between inside and outside the airplane. The middle layer acts as backup protection, and the inner layer, the one passengers touch, mostly protects the other layers from scratches, damage, and passengers. But here's the important part. The tiny hole is usually located in the middle layer, and it has a very important job: pressure control. Because without that tiny hole, the pressure force would spread incorrectly between the layers, and that could become dangerous over time. The tiny hole is called a bleed hole or breather hole. Its job is surprisingly simple. It helps regulate pressure between the window layers. Remember, the outer window handles most of the pressure. The hole helps make sure the middle layer doesn't carry too much stress. Basically, it directs pressure in a controlled way. This allows the strongest outer layer to do most of the hard work, and that greatly improves safety. But that's not all. The hole also helps remove moisture. Without it, condensation could build up between the layers. Your airplane window could become foggy, or worse, water could freeze between the panels at high altitude. So that tiny hole actually helps with both pressure and visibility. A tiny feature, doing 2 extremely important jobs. So what happens if the hole didn't exist? Well, the stress distribution between the layers would change. More pressure could build up in the wrong places, over thousands of flights. That repeated stress could weaken parts of the window system faster. Now, airplane windows are still incredibly strong. They go through extreme testing, heat tests, pressure tests, impact tests. Some windows are even tested against bird strikes. But aviation engineers are obsessed with safety, even tiny improvements. Because when you're flying at 35,000 feet, tiny mistakes can become huge problems. That's why even a tiny hole is carefully engineered. Nothing on a commercial airplane exists by accident, especially not something built into every single passenger window. Many people are actually afraid airplane windows might suddenly crack during flight. But airplane windows are far stronger than most people realize. They're made from multiple layers of strong acrylic materials. And they are designed to survive huge pressure differences again and again for many years. In fact, the cabin pressure pushing outward can create thousands of pounds of force on the windows. Yet failures are extremely rare. And even if one layer becomes damaged, the other layers are designed to continue protecting passengers. That layered system is exactly why airplanes remain so safe. Modern aviation is filled with backup systems, backup electronics, backup hydraulics, backup engines in some situations. And yes, even backup window layers. That tiny hole is part of that entire safety philosophy. So next time you sit near an airplane window, look closely. You'll probably notice that tiny hole near the bottom. Most passengers ignore it completely. But now you know the truth. That tiny hole helps manage pressure, reduce moisture, protect the window structure, and ultimately, help keep passengers safe thousands of meters above the earth. All from something smaller than a pencil tip. And honestly, that's one of the coolest things about engineering. The most important inventions are sometimes the ones people never notice. If you enjoyed this video, you'll probably never look at airplane windows the same way again. And there are thousands of other everyday objects hiding secrets just like this one. So subscribe if you want to see the surprising science behind ordinary things.